Number 20, California leading session 1 of the Pac-12 Women's Gymnastics. As we go to the 4th rotation, 147.025, and look how close it is for second right now. Arizona is .025 in front of Washington right now as they duel down the stretch here. We go that final rotation. California will be on the vault. Normally, that's an advantage. The vault for California is a strong event. 14th. They just posted a 49.5 against Davis, highest in California history. That was a great meet for them. Amber Takara, she's come through already once today.
Strong start there. She was a little off center on the landing. A few years back, Cal didn't have very many 10-0 start values. Well, all 6 of their vaulters will be performing 10-0 start value vaults. It's going to come down to being clean, and that's exactly what they're going to need to do.
Duranchik, first time we've seen Kayla today. Sophomore from Sebastopol, California. Duranchik's season best on the uneven bars came against Utah, but again, the meet was in Seattle, a 9.8. She's been a little consistent of late in an inconsistent year.
Well, so far this routine, I said nice positions.
You bet. There you go.
There.
That's what she wanted. That was her best of the year.
Lots of excitement. Great way to start this final rotation. They know that they are close, and it's going to come down to every single detail, including sticking these dismounts. Beautiful double layout.
You and I have talked about it before. Everyone puts pressure on that anchor spot, but sometimes the leadoff is just as important. You set the tone. Lots of smiles there. Becca Conrad, lead off for Arizona State. Becca Conrad on the beam. Season high is just a 9.775, came against Arizona.
Opening with her tumbling element. Back handspring layup. Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, that landing foot missed.
Let's see.
Caught just part of the beam and slipped off.
Yeah, regaining her composure, not easy to do.
Well, it's got to scare you as well.
Well, it happens so quick, and before you even know it, you're on the floor, and that also hurts. So you have to really stay composed, take a deep breath, because that was the first skill of her routine.
You know, they can take more time, but rarely do you see gymnasts, especially on the beam, stay off it. Do they just want to get right back? I mean, before it plays too much into your mind?
Exactly. I think most gymnasts want to mount and get through the routine and just dismount, especially when something like that happens.
Balanced beam routine, start to finish, not even 90 seconds, but it's got to seem like an hour.
Well, and the tough news for Arizona State is that's the first beam routine of this rotation, so pressure is on for the next 5 routines to finish this competition strong. They've had some struggles throughout the day. Dismounting 1.5 twist
Good
off the
finish.
landing.
Yeah, that's a nice finish for Rebecca Conrad. Tough moment, she battled through it.
Talking to herself as she leaves that beam mat.
Madison Cindric, Arizona freshman on the floor as she finishes her all-around. Her scores today, vault, 9.775. Bars and beam, 9.85. She goes big here, she's in the running. She could have a top 5 finish in the all-around. Of course, it all remains to be seen tonight.
Opened a little bit early on that double pike.
Her last 2 scores on floor have been her best of the season, including a 9.85. Session number 2 later tonight. Live, Utah, Stanford, Oregon State, and UCLA. 6 o'clock Pacific.
Combination front fold to the front pike. tumbling pass to go to finish out this meet for her. Finishing 1.5 front twist to that front layout.
Madison Cindric, freshman from Texas, competing for the University of Arizona in the all-around.
Well, and she was solid throughout. 1.5 to that front layout to finish up the routine. Pressure was on her today to step into the shoes of Ali Flores and help lead this team, and she did a great job.
9.8 for Sakara, Charlie Owens. Owens, 9.7 on floor, 9.8 on bars, but her beam score was only 9.65. Needs a big number here. Might have gotten it.
That looked effortless for her. She definitely liked that ball. Nice position. You can see a little off center of the table. Carries that. Could be a slight deduction if the judges noticed it.
But they don't have that angle.
That's right. They don't get the privilege of seeing it from over top.
All the cameras on the floor, and then 4 overhead cameras as well. Duranchik, 9.85. Good start on bars for Washington. Goings. Jocelyn Goings on the bars has a season best of 9.775, but nothing else has been that high.
Little short there on the handstand, little loose down to the low bar. Great save. You can see she re-gripped her hands. Little tentative on these handstands. We talk about how important it is. She wraps up the dismount. Another great landing. Wow, Washington is fighting for every single 10th so far. They're gonna make it exciting.
So the pressure now on Gatus, Alex, Sunbeam, Maselli, and Salas. Well, the next 5 for Arizona State all have to come through. Alex was the other one.
This is a great event for Brianna. Backhand spring, step out. We've seen this kind of stuff happen to Arizona State. They make the one mistake and have a very difficult time rebounding.
And this is the problem with injuries and lack of depth in the programs going through a transition. They're not working with a safety net. So when they make a mistake, or in this case on the beam, 2, they pay for it. And as much attention as we pay to Utah, UCLA, Oregon State, Stanford, California, you know, the perennial powers in this conference, it's going to be really interesting to watch Renee List in Tempe over the next 3 or 4 years as she rebuilds this program from the ground up.
You can tell that she is not happy with her performance on this event.
There was a time Arizona State was a really good collegiate gymnastics program in terms of national rankings. In this conference, they finished 2nd 3 times, 3rd 4 times.
Lots of struggle throughout the routine and had a tough time there even on the dismount.
There's Renee List. It's all up to her. She knows what she was up against when she took the job. And certainly, well, you live in that area, there's a lot of great club gymnasts as well, so she can mine some talent locally. Cindric went 9.8 for Arizona. Shea Fox.
One of the athletes put in on this event when they lost Ali Flores.
And coming off a career high 9.875 against Denver last week.
Huge 2.5 twist.
Well, she was in the rafters.
A lot of times you don't see that kind of height on a twisting pass because you have to really stall the rotation, but nice amplitude.
She had a really good meet against Denver. Besides the career high on floor, she also had a career high on beam. Shea Fox, senior, Plano, Texas, finishing off her career, not just today, but advancing on to the regionals. There are 6 spots for the regionals, and California is one of those. Announcements are made on, I believe, Sunday.
Finishing the routine with 2 front tumbling passes. Beautiful dance.
Spanish guitar. Changing up the pace.
Nice routine.
That's a pretty nice story. You talked about it before. She was called to be the manager of this team and then ended up getting back into competition. She's been smiling ever since. Desiree Palomares is turning out to be a really good story today. The 9.85 on floor, 9.85 on beam. Career high on vault is a 9.925. Oh, right there.
Some great vaults in this rotation.
That was a nice day for the sophomore from San Dimas, and she fires down the runway into the arms of Liz Crandall.
Well, like I said, this season has been all about finding her confidence and her stride, and boy, is it paying off when they need her most. Another great routine.
She's going to be an all-arounder next year. I mean, she's already in vault, beam, and floor, so why not, right? She's got the season, the off-season, to work on bars. Burleson. Burleson has had a really fine day. 9.85 on floor, 9.875 on vaults. Good for Haley, the freshman from North Carolina, Asheville. There are a lot of good freshmen in this conference now.
Oh, wow.
Just fighting it.
I was just getting ready to comment on how aggressive she swings to the handstand position, and she came up just a little short, and her lower back was arched. Just gives you a great view of how precise you have to be right here. A toe handstand, beautiful position. She comes out a little bit early right there and throws to the arch, and never was able to get her toes back over the bar to save that. That's one of the downfalls of being a little bit taller on this event. You're a lot longer, it takes a lot more strength to save something like that. Of course, now she has to mount the bar, repeat that element in combination.
It looked like she was guarding against her momentum going too far, and because of that, left it short.
Here it goes again. Much better there. Down to the low bar. Oh, beautiful lines. There again, you can see that little bit of arch in her lower back. You appreciate how aggressive she is to the handstand position because she knows it's important. That's too bad. That's a great score for Washington on that event. And they had great momentum going.
See the frustration on her face. Now 2 9.050, so for Taylor Alex now, she's going to work on her day personally here. She has a 9.7 on bars, 9.775 on vault, and a 9.825 on floor. You know, her performance here against Utah in her return is one that sticks with me from this season. Coming back in here, knowing a lot of people, there had to be some goes from the past. You know, she had to decide whether to transfer from Utah as a freshman, and came back in here in her first all-around, 39.375. It was a great moment. Walked in with some trepidation and left with a huge smile on her face when she climbed on the bus.
Tough spot to be after 2 mistakes in this lineup.
Yeah, you got to restart it.
We talked about the mental game on this event, and it is very difficult to block out what has already happened. Beautiful kick over front.
Taylor Alex, a junior from Becker, Minnesota. She was an honor student and actually graduated a year early from high school. That's the best year of the last one.
Finishing front 1.5 twist.
We'll see her another season. She's fun to watch. I like her, and you can see her really getting better. She's blooming, and Renee List is really relying on her to carry this team right now. 9.8 for Cindric, 9.8 for Fox. Felix Terrazas now, third up for Arizona on the floor. Her season high, 9.825. It's come in the last 3 meets. She had one other 9.825 this year. That came against Utah.
Big first tumbling pass, full in. Whoa, wow. You can see how quick she is. Looked like she was gonna overshoot that 1.5 twist, but held on to it.
Arizona was 6th as a team at the Pac-12's last year. Their best finish, 2nd. And it's happened 5 times as recently as 2005.
Finishing double tuck, looked a little off balance on that landing. She didn't really take a step though.
Remember, going into this final rotation, California was in front, but Arizona and Washington were separated by just .025. So essentially tied. There's Ali Flores. She just dumped the crutches after the first rotation. Forget it. They're too limiting. Everything so far 9.8 better for California. Palomares another 9.85. And here's Ariana Robinson. We just saw her post a 9.9 on floor. That was her only other event. Ho!
Difficult vault. Every time I see that, I'm amazed.
Yes.
You see most gymnasts do a round off onto the board. Well, not her. She does that front handspring. Very difficult.
In warm-ups, it was funny. A lot of the Utah people who go to gymnastics meets regularly all spun their heads around and said, "What was that? What was that?"
Yeah, well, she was a little short on it today. She came in to the table lacking a little rotation, but she knows what to do to pull it out, stay on her feet. Nice job.
So Burleson had the problem on bars. They'll want to scratch that. Mackenzie Fector, Janik, and Northey have to carry it home.
Nice opening combination. Reaches out for that release. A little short there on those handstands, a little loose on that low bar, but all that's left is the dismount. Very nice. Again, a tough position to be in. Coming back from that fall, it rebounded nicely.
9.65 for Alex. Tasha Sunby. Tasha Sunby on vault had a 9.825. Sunby's coming off a season high on the balance beam at 9.8 against Air Force.
Solid there on her back handspring layout, step out. Kick over front, oh, wow. Arizona State falling apart on balance beam here.
3 falls for Arizona State. You know, it's a sacrifice for athletes like Sunby. She wants to concentrate on her strengths. Floor is her best event, but because she's stretched kind of thin, you wonder if it takes away training time, but she's making the sacrifice again. College gymnastics is a team event. 3 straight 9.8s for Arizona on the floor. Kennedy Schneider, this is her only event of the day. Season high is a 9.875 against Utah, but her last 4 floor exercises, all 9.8 or better. Freshman from Henderson, right outside of Las Vegas.
Strong opening there. Lots of personality in this routine.
You know, I see teammates dance along with them, but is that Meredith Polisivic in the background, the assistant coach, also dancing along? There she is with her hands folded now. She's regained her composure.
She was a great gymnast herself, actually competed here for Utah.
She did, yeah, in the NCAA Championships. Yeah.
I can tell you, when you watch gymnastics, I don't know if you noticed me sitting next to you, but it's really hard when you know what it feels like to stay still. So you see a lot of the coaches in the background kind of doing the motions with them.
I've been sitting next to you and your twitches and all your issues for years, I know. Polisivic was a 3-time All-American as a gymnast.
Final tumbling pass. Double top, nails the landing.
That'll work, won't it? Look at the Arizona athletes. You're going crazy. Bill Ride's whistling. They're making their own noise.
They definitely have great energy, and they're finishing on one of their best events.
That's Meredith Polisivic with the hug. She made up the routine, so she should know it. 9.775 for Robinson on vault. Emily Richardson now for California. Richardson season high, 9.875.
Another unique vault. Soup full twist. We get so accustomed to seeing those Yurchenko fulls. It starts from the same start value, but you've got to be a very quick and powerful athlete to pull that vault off.
She had a 9.8 on bars earlier.
So right here, she comes on forward in a round off, but still has to generate enough momentum, height, and rotation to complete that full twist. Yes.
9.75 for Fector. Here's Janik. Janik, a 9.825 on floor, a 9.8 on beam. Janik has gone 9.9 on bars.
Big opening release combination, very difficult and done perfect. She's beautiful toe point throughout this routine, finishing it up giant full double tuck. Just that small step on the landing.
She's really efficient. She's going to be a leader for that team next year if she's not already. Boy, tough to watch Arizona State struggle here through the balance beam. You're hoping at least one of their athletes can break through. Stephanie Maselli. It's a 9.875, season best on beam.
3 elements connected, finishing with that layout step out and a nice smile on her face.
Maselli's best score of the day came on floor, a 9.65. Do you think somewhere back at the hotels, at restaurants, in the lobbies that Utah, Stanford, Oregon State, UCLA are looking in?
They might be watching.
That's session number 2. Coming up later, 6 o'clock Pacific, 7 o'clock here in the Mountain Zone. And a sellout crowd of over 15,000 inside the Huntsman Center. These scores will carry over. We'll give you the leaders at the break.
This has been a great routine for Stephanie. All that's left here is the dismount. Finishing double full, good for her. That is tough to rebound after 3 falls so far in this rotation. She was clean throughout, finished it up here. Nice double twist. You can see that hop to the side, but overall it was a strong routine.
Beautiful stuff.
9.875 for Kennedy Schneider, so it was her only performance of the day, but it was a good one. Lexi Mills. Every score this year for Lexi Mills on the floor has been a 9.8 or better. Against California, a season best 9.925. This is her event.
Opens double pike. Good thing she didn't step back.
Yes.
She didn't have a lot of room there in the corner.
Yeah, it looked like her knees gave way just a bit on the landing, but she held on.
Beautiful front full to the front pike. Solid routine here. And Allie Flores up on her feet again, throwing those hands in the air. You got to think this is very tough for a senior, especially her as a leader, to watch and not be participating. But boy, are her teammates pulling through and doing their job today.
Richardson 9.775. Here's Tony Ann Williams. Amanda, Tony Ann Williams needs a 9.85 to take the lead in the all-around from Madison Cindric of Arizona. Those are 2 freshmen fighting it out. 9.85.
Big vault.
Gonna be close?
It's gonna be close.
Yeah.
I'm nervous. I'm nervous for her going into that vault because I know she's capable. In fact, last time she competed, she got a 10.0, and she is very emotional right now.
She's number 10 in the country in the all-around. Struggled through her first 2 rotations, but held it together.
There's really not much to take on that vault besides the landing. So realistically, compared to the vaults that we have seen so far in this competition, it should be a 9.85.
Emotions getting the better of the freshman. A lot of pressure in her first Pac-12s. She's the star candidate for Freshman of the Year. Janik 9.825, Allison Northey bars for Washington.
Wow. She did just enough to get her dowel over the bar in that release move. Hitting that handstand.
Northey's also involved in that all-around, so we'll give you what score she needed. We're still doing the math. It's changing as we go. Bowers thinks it's enough, whatever it is.
We talked early on about the athletes these teams were going to be counting on, and boy, are they doing their job.
Cindric, Tony Ann Williams, and now Allison Northey trading the lead at the top of the all-around standings.
Well, this is the final move in her routine, and she spots that ground and holds on to it. She has been so fun to watch this season, and great job today.
And of course, some big guns in the all-around coming later tonight. Georgia DeBritz, Tori Wilson, Corey Lothrop from Utah, Sam Peshek for UCLA, Taylor Rice from Stanford. And we're told Tony Ann Williams needed a 9.85 and got a 9.875. Now we'll tell you when we get the score on Northey whether that was enough.
Nice tumbling series for Allie Salas. Remember, Arizona State had those 3 falls early on. That means they have to count at least 2 of them.
Back to that all-around story, Allison Northey needed a 9.925 to take the lead, and she got a 9.9.
I'm not sure what that was supposed to be. She did a cartwheel in the middle of the routine. We definitely have been a little bit frazzled on this event.
So Northey's 9.9, and here we'll finish off this routine. Salas with her dismount. Northey's 9.9 leaves her even with Tony Ann Williams in the all-around. They're tied.
Wow. We knew they were going to go head-to-head.
At 39.325. Meantime, great rotation here for Arizona on the floor. Everything 9.8 or better. Mills goes 9.85. And Sisler is going to finish session 1. Sisler has gone 9.9 twice on the floor this year. Arizona's ranked 17th in the country on this event, and they are proving it.
Beautiful opening tumbling pass.
Keep in mind, all of the individual scores, all of the team scores carry over to the night session. We've seen winners come out of the early session before. In fact, Bill Ryden in Arizona had 2 vault champions last year. Allie Flores, Shelby Edwards were part of a 4-way tie that included Utah's Georgia DeBritz and Nancy Damianova.
Beautiful there. Arizona has really put out some great routines for them today.
One final pass. Beautiful finish. That is good stuff by Sisler.
We mentioned
Look at
early on.
Ryden, he can't put his arms down.
Yeah, you feel like.
There's Allie Flores. She can't put her arms down either. Got to be so proud of her teammates.
Great job.
We felt like these teams started out a little bit rough, maybe lacking some confidence, but these last rotations really picked up some momentum.
Allison Northey in the background, tied with Tony Ann Williams for the lead in the all-around. So now they are finished. They put on the sweats, throw on the backpack, and they will wait for the finish of session 2. But we're not done. We'll total it up and talk with Tony Ann Williams when we come back. The Pac-12 Women's Gymnastics Championship, presented by State Farm. It pays to double check. Talk to your agent today. Arizona just finishes with a 49.275 on floor, and Arizona will be your winner from the first session. He went back and forth, California, Washington, Arizona dueling all the way down the stretch. 196.225. California finishes in second with the 196.150, and Washington, very good number for Washington, 196 level. Tony Ann Williams is our Get to a Better State, presented by State Farm. The freshman from California put up 2 very good scores in rotations 3 and 4. Her bar score 9.75 early. On the floor, she goes 9.925. On the beam, 9.775. And on the vault, a 9.875 for Tony Williams. It all adds up to a 39.325. It is the exact same number that Allison Northey from Washington put up. So those two are tied for the all-around lead after session number 1. Tony Ann Williams is standing by with our Amanda Borden.
Thanks, Jim. Well, you've been exciting to watch all season. You seemed a little nervous today. What was going through your mind?
I
I just wanted to come out here and put out what I've been working on all season, give my 100% for the team. I'm glad my first Pac-12s is the way it was. It was so exciting, and I'm so glad I got to experience it.
What did it take after bars and beam to rally and come back on floor?
It took a lot of focus and a lot of grounding to get back into myself and focus on what I needed to do.
And what about on vault? We've watched you get 2 10s this year. It came down to that last event to put you tied in the all-around right now. Did you think you could do it?
Honestly, it's been a struggle for the past couple of weeks. I've been dealing with some medical things. And so honestly, I'm so proud of myself for rallying and coming together at the end, no matter how it ended up.
Well, you've been fun to watch. Congratulations.
Tony Ann Williams with 29 individual victories, and now she is leading along with Allison Northey of Washington in the all-around. But of course, later tonight, it's the Women's Gymnastics Championships session number 2. Utah, number 4 in the country, number 7 UCLA, number 12 Oregon State, and number 13 Stanford, and a sellout crowd of better than 15,000. We'll meet you back here 7 o'clock Mountain, 6 o'clock Pacific for the Pac-12 Women's Gymnastics live on the Pac-12 Network. For my partner Amanda Borden, I'm Jim Watson. We'll meet you back in Salt Lake City later tonight, and we'll settle this thing.